Hello, my name is Visor, and welcome to game 45 of Let's Play game Dev Tycoon. Actually, this also might be game 46. I'm thinking about doing a double episode because, well, we're going to be doing something that's kind of simple, actually. First of all, one of our penalties was to fix one of our old games, and another one was to make a really small game. I figure we can probably do both with one of our older games, which was called Udon Hair, Tesla's Electric Boogaloo. Basically, this was a game we made with one person while everybody else was training, trying to optimize their time. We figured even if it was a bad game, we would at least benefit from the game report, but then we started losing a lot of fans, so we gave up on that idea. Anyway, let's try to fix it. For the game's title, I think Tesla's Electric Boogaloo is good enough. We really don't need Udon Hair. That was supposed to be a play on Ludum Dare anyway, and we're obviously not doing that. So we'll just do Tesla's Electric Boogaloo. I think that makes more sense. The other one doesn't seem to quite work. Now we're going to keep it as a small game. That should be fine. Rhythm Casual Platform. What do we have for platform? This is rhythm and casual, so we have nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, I figure we should, first of all, use our own console, which, by the way, we're actually making a lot of money selling this console. It's bringing in several million each month, so it's actually pretty sweet. And I'm hoping I can influence the console sale by making a really good game, though I'm not really sure what the console's strengths are. Anyway, I wanted to make this a multi-platform, so what other platform should I pick? Well, I mean, there is the Ouya, but not really sold on it. Or we can do a Woo. That might be pretty good. Yeah, let's go with the Woo. And finally, we could go with a... I think we could go with a GS, since the GS is sort of like the Gameling, maybe? It's actually several generations apart, so it's probably not the same, but we gotta do something. Anyway, as for the graphics engine, I could use an older engine. The problem is when you make a sequel, you're supposed to always use a newer engine. And I don't know which engine I used to make the original, so instead of going for a weaker engine, I probably should go for the highest one, just in case. Yeah, I probably won't get the full bonuses for using 3D Graphics V6, but hopefully not getting 100% on a feature just doesn't get you bonuses and doesn't actually hurt you. At least that's what I've been told about features. Granted, graphics is slightly different from other features. It seems like it's a big part since you pick it at the very start. Maybe it affects other parts of the game development. I don't really know. Also, currently for Visor Vision, I have a budget under $1 million, but since each month I'm bringing in like at least 4 million, I don't really care because I'm making money off of it anyway, so I guess that's okay. But I guess if I wanted to be optimal, I think $500,000 would take care of my backlog pretty well. Anyway, enough about that. So looking at casual, it seems like we don't actually know much of what's going on. So I'm going to assume gameplay is more important than engine anyway. At least I think that makes sense. We're going to need to cut a bunch of features though, so let's do it's a rhythm casual game. Let's do simple cutscenes. Can't do anything else. As for the engine, what should we do? Well, maybe we'll do save game, video playback, and basic physics. We'll need to increase engine a little bit more, but it should be okay. We need more data on casual games anyway, so let's just try it out and see what happens. As for gameplay, we'll just cut better user experience. That should do, right? I'm kind of assuming that we won't do as badly as the first time just because we have all 7 people working on it. Though it is a small game, so I don't really know whether this is going to be worthwhile or not. We'll see, right? That's the whole point of doing this penalty. Well, I think level design is probably more important than artificial intelligence. I don't think dialogue would be important at all. I mean, I don't think there's any dialogue in Angry Birds or whatever, so I think that'll do. Oh, also, since we're doing a small game again, you notice that we're not actually assigning any of these specialists to anything, which means I don't know whether their specialist bonus does anything. It might not. Anyway, we'll just do not much of anything. Maybe Easter eggs and mini games will be all. And level editor. I guess we can do a level editor. And just better AI. Yeah, that'll do. All right, done with stage 2. And I guess since I'm not assigning anyone to anything, I might as well just hit all the boosts constantly. I'm not actually sure whether the timing the boost matters, but it might. Anyway, we're going to exclude this from the hype test we're doing and just do some marketing for the game. For the next game, we'll probably do a large campaign to continue with our hype test. Anyway, on to stage 3. The small game goes a lot quicker, right? So I'm thinking we can just do... Well, world design, I think, should not be important. So we'll just do graphics and max out sound. And that should do. We're probably going to cut a few features. We're not going to do stereoscopic 3D. Our other graphics is a little too high. We're not going to get the full benefit probably, but whatever. As for sound, we're going to have to let it be at 95%. There's no way to really make it work without dropping graphics more, and I don't really want to do that. As for world design, we'll just do rich backstory. I mean, I guess I could also do virtual economy. Maybe you have to pay for things in moves, but I think rich backstory makes more sense. Well, relatively to everything else anyway. Anyway, that should do. So, actually, keep an eye on the height. We're actually getting pretty high with just a magazine, and we didn't do a G3, and we didn't do, well, anything else, so why is that so high? Looks like it's going to top out at 222, so keep that in mind for our next game where we only do a large campaign. Because I'm wondering if other things affect the hype, like maybe how well your last game did. That might be why the hype is so high. Anyway, time to finish. As you can see, we're not going to be making any new records, which is fine, and it's kind of expected anyway at this point. Either way, let's release the game and see how well we did. Come on, reviews. Here we go. All right. Waste of time, waste of money. Uninspiring. Now, if I remember correctly, the platform, genre, and age group are all good. They're all great. So the only possibility is maybe we fucked up on the platforms. Okay? Or maybe we fucked up on the sliders, since we know the sliders are super important. However, I don't really think I fucked up on the sliders, so maybe the small game just doesn't do very well at this point. Well, we'll see when we see the final game report. Are we gonna lose any fans for this? Yeah, we're losing 50k fans. Whatever. Alright, game report. Let's see what our big issues were. World design is not important, which is fine. Sound is important, which we did. Platform match is good. And the audience match is good. So, I think we did a pretty good attempt at a small game. I just don't think it's worth it at this point. Oh well. Anyway, let's try to fix another one of our mistakes. We're going to do a sequel for Game Dev Tycoon, which was done rather poorly. Actually, maybe we should do the sequel for Create Your Own Demon Tale. That also did pretty poorly. Either way, it's going to be game dev, but I'm going to be switching this back into simulation. Maybe simulation casual, though I don't really have much information on simulation casual. Let's see. This brought in 2.5 million. Game Dev Tycoon brought in 4 million. Let's go with this one. It might be better. I still sort of want to develop for the Ouya, except, you know, do it properly this time and have a good game, so let's do the Ouya again. Sure, it might screw us over, but we have enough money. We can take some risks. We'll also, of course, do Visor Vision since that's free for us to do anyway. And maybe if we do a really good game, it's going to help Visor Vision sales. Anyway, what are we going to name this? Maybe Game Dev Story. This was actually a game that was recommended for me to play when I was starting this LP. They said, oh, it's a far better game, and in a way, they're right. It does seem like a better simulation game, but you don't really work on the games directly. You manage people who are working on the games, and it's very indirect. You can't like pick genres or anything, so that's why I didn't want to do it. Anyway, we're doing the highest graphics because as a AAA simulation game, I know we can afford it. Also, this go around, we're going to be doing a large campaign, which actually I guess we can start right now. If it starts to dip, we at least will know we reached the maximum, right? Alright, so how do we want to do this? Well, it looks like our balance should be something like this. So in terms of storing quests, we don't want to do much of anything. Can we do... Oh, we can do branching story, advanced cutscenes. This is a game dev simulation. Moral choices? Not quite. Let's do advanced cutscenes. Yeah, advanced cutscenes by itself should be enough. As for the engine work, we can add a lot of stuff actually. We can add all the stuff. That's fine then. Then we'll add all the gameplay. We probably need to start doing a new engine soon. 3D graphics V7 is going to happen eventually. Might actually want to increase his budget because, I don't know, maybe we only have 2 years left. So we probably want to speed this up a little bit. Anyway, as for roles, story and quest, of course, will be Jennifer. Can I actually have her do gameplay as well? No, I cannot. So we'll put Marcus here, which will hit Marcus up to 100%, which means he can't do dialogue and get his bonus. However, Jennifer can do it for him, so it might work out. Since dialogue isn't important to this type of game, we just need someone to do it, not really care about it too much. Anyway, finally, we need Erica to be doing engine work, and that should do it. So let's boost Erica, boost Marcus, then boost Jennifer. After this game, I might want to do some training sessions, or possibly save the research points for a new engine. There are a lot of features that we actually haven't researched yet. I really hope when we end Visor Vision, it actually gives us some numbers, like how many we sold, how much profit we made, because that would be kind of cool. I'm hoping it does that, but it really isn't a game report, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. Anyway, let's see. Damn it. Okay, we're going to be modest. The whole point is to just do a large campaign, which we already did. Anyway, let's keep on going. Probably should check the sales numbers on that. I lost $500,000 doing a small game. God damn. Probably need to look into this more, but currently my suspicion is by releasing a small game after such a great game, it just kind of didn't do well. I don't think I really screwed up on anything else though, but I'm open to suggestions. Number-wise, we're currently kind of heavy on tech, which is fine, though that's largely due to Stage 1 starting with engine work, then doing 2 heavy design sections, so we'll probably end up balancing out in the end. Plus, team-wise, we're actually probably slightly design-heavy because, again, I'm preparing to make some really good RPGs. Anyway, for this part, dialogue is not important. I think artificial intelligence has to be more important than level design. For a simulation game, that has to be the way of doing it. We'll put Jennifer on dialogue. We'll put Michelle on level design, and Jonathan is AI. In terms of features, we can do all the way up to celebrity voice acting. I'm not sure what the celebrity would be. I mean, I would really rather get someone famous in game development, not just some random Hollywood celebrity, but I'm not really sure how often those guys do celebrity voiceovers. Anyway, let's increase level design just a little bit so we get all the bonuses. That actually might be a little too high in level design, but it might work. Really, we just need more data. We need a good game report, damn it. I actually did a research training session for Erica, so hopefully her game report will have more data in the future. Because there have been some pretty lame ones where it only tells me like one thing, and that kind of sucked. Yeah, I get it sometimes when we already do a topic that's really heavily researched, but there's been a few times where like, well, currently, I don't know jack shit about the Ouya. What the hell's going on with that? I'm also hoping to learn some stuff about Visor Vision. I'm not really sure how the custom consoles work. Are they just great for everything we make, or does it depend on the features we put into it? Would be interesting to know either way though. I also really hope there's a console report, just because I want to know how much money Visor Vision makes in the end. Also, of course, we're skipping out on G3. We only want that large campaign after all. Which so far, hype-wise, isn't doing all that well. I mean, this is stage 3 and we haven't even broken 100? What the hell? Granted, this might have something to do with our last game bombing so badly. Anyway, let's keep on going. So, graphics, sound. Okay, so we'll put graphics is obviously Visor's thing. World design is Arndt's, but it's not really that important. Actually, you know what would be better? We put Jennifer on world design and put... Oh, but he's the world design specialist. I need to keep him there so he gets all the bonuses and stuff. I guess I could put him on sound and world design and just decrease sound a little bit. Yeah, that works perfectly fine, actually. Excellent, we'll do that. And as for world design, we'll do virtual economy. I mean, it's a simulation game. There's some sort of economy going on, right? And finally, I guess open world? Or no, rich backstory. Rich backstory makes more sense. There's a long history in game development, right? So I think that'll do. So let's do it. And hit all the remaining boosts. Oh, look at that. Everyone's getting tired just in time. So after this, we're gonna send everybody on vacation, which is fine. You know, even now, Visor Vision is still doing pretty damn well. It's like 1.5 million per week. That's 6 million per month. Maybe I should make a new console. I might not have enough time, though. Oh, and I guess the PlayStation 4 is going off the market. That's fine, whatever. I probably should increase the budget for 3D Graphics V7. Otherwise, I don't think we're gonna make it. Plus, we also need a new game engine and everything else, too, so... Decisions. Anyway, let's go back to focusing on this. I have to say, I'm still kind of weirded out that they're doing a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Next in this simulation game, because they're just making up consoles now. I mean, I get Visor Vision, it's based on what I put in, I assume, but what the hell is the Xbox like, or the PS5? We have no idea. So these future consoles are kind of weird to me anyway. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is a new record and everything, which I'm fine with. And I think I'm going to start sending people on vacation. They might complain in the end, but I mean, the game's done, so I don't really care either way. I am a little concerned about the hype, though. It's only at 130. That's lower than our last game. So I'm thinking how well your previous game does affects your next game, which means our marketing test might be a little blurry. Still, it doesn't seem like the large campaign on its own does all that much. G3, though, seems very worth it regardless. Also, I wonder what game company we're like, because we seem to release some really great games, then releases piles of shit in between. I mean, really, I don't know if there's any real-world game company that can do what we do. We released at 1.5, then released a 10 after that, and we're doing fucking great now. Anyway, let's finish. Alright, new records across the board. This is not exactly very tech-heavy, but whatever. Might be alright. Salary increase. I wonder if everyone's level 10 now. They might be. Anyway. Game reviews. Huh. Not as good as I was hoping. I wonder what we did wrong. I don't think the low hype's an issue. I'm pretty sure hype is not part of the whole score calculation at all. Maybe we did something wrong with the sliders, but I think those were pretty much on target. Of course, we are doing for the Ouya again, so who knows what the Ouya is good for. Either way, let's see the final game report and the final sales numbers. Well, first up on the game report, we don't learn all that much. Artificial intelligence is very important, which we did, which is great, and everyone in Ouya is great. But that's all we learned. So I guess that training session with Erica didn't really help out all that much. Maybe I'll train her and research some more, but I don't think it's really worth it. Anyway, on to the final sales numbers. We made $31 million, which is okay. It's not great for a multi-platform release, and it's not really as good as anything we released recently, but I guess we didn't lose any money, so that's something. Not really sure what the strength of the Ouya is yet. Maybe I just need to make Towerfall or something. Anyway, I think that pretty much covers it for penalty games. Next episode, we'll be going back to more normal games for the end of the series. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.